Okay, don't look at him, look over here.
All right, look here, and I'm going to count down from 5, 4, 9, 2, 1.
I closed my eyes for a second.
Put his hand
I
over
saw 5, 4, 9, 2.
I don't want it to be, I'm gonna look at these pictures, and if anybody's being silly, they don't get my present.
Okay.
Get your hand.
Here we go. There we go, again, which scratch you say? And smile.
She did good.
This might be in,
Ma'am, already taken accidentally green.
this
Take
might be
pictures
in
for us.
next year's,
Okay, hop up.
what do you call it, newsletter, so y'all wanna look good.
Newsletter? Are you serious?
Okay, I had two covering their faces.
Okay, here.
Come on,
Stevie, you can sit over there. You can sit over here.
All right, Roger.
What, does Tanner not get a spot on the couch?
Scooch.
Yep.
That's where I heard it
Tina,
from.
you want, okay.
Look at it, I figured it out.
He's not gonna work.
That's good, that's
That's how I know.
I got Thai foot in the
Okay, now I'm the main person.
Okay,
All right.
look at Johnny.
Five,
We had 8 people also.
3, 2, 1.
She can count backwards.
She couldn't before.
Let me do one more.
Take another one.
Wait.
Oh, man.
Just push the button.
Okay,
Okay, I'm good.
here we go.
Hey, y'all don't all do it at the same time.
No, cause that flash is bad. Okay.
Guess where the flash is gonna come from?
Let's play guess the
Okay,
flash.
here we go. 10, 4, 6, 2, 1.
I blame
Okay.
Jim, you trying to get my nerves.
Now it's, I know you're next to the same.
Hector.
And all of the grandkids.
Look, Hector, you're
What
gonna
is
do
it? 3,
easy.
4, 5.
And then I want that one there, all of them.
What about the kids?
Oh, and my kids. Oh my gosh.
Okay, smile. Hey, you're getting my picture.
What's the combination?
So there was 8 of them and 8 of us.
Okay,
Luggage.
And then y'all with all the grandkids.
well, let's do our kids.
Some.
Scott?
Where did this come from?
Or get I won't.
That was a picture of the couple for you.
And then just stand.
Here, take a picture.
Just stand up with your hubby.
Short time ago. Not that far away.
No, honey, she said stand up.
That was him that time, Tina.
You wanna see it?
Damon, come here.
Oh, y'all are on this one too?
Okay, do you have a stool for
Oh,
me?
wait, how do
No, you
I
stand in
need a
front.
stool.
you make it? I'll hold you.
Ah.
We can.
That's it on your shoulders.
Don't hit my hip, I'm
Here,
hip.
man, you might as well.
Short person's in the room.
All right.
Do I need a dub?
Yes. All right, y'all, yeah, hold on, close.
I'm glad I have unlimited memory on that phone.
All right, now
I've
what?
got you.
Oh, okay, you said on the phone, take the picture. Okay, everybody
Okay, look at the pictures.
look.
One,
Take the
one,
pictures.
three. Let's sneeze.
Oh, my hand is in the way.
There's a thumb in
Got
the
your
picture.
fingerprint. Right there.
One,
this.
two, three. Come on, you took your head
But you
right
keep moving. You keep moving. Y'all never have a paparazzi chasing y'all.
It's
Come on,
over
you're
yet.
trying to finish.
It's a torture rover.
Okay, that's
I took like
good.
Hey, back one.
one more. I took like seven.
Food or something.
I did not
No,
move that time.
they took 15.
I really did.
One of them.
And a half.
I've seen what you might.
Me and Renee's used to the
All right.
paparazzi,
She
so.
got her finger.
Oh my gosh.
All right, grandchildren. Hey,
I'm a grand.
Get that image out of my head, please.
We're all grandkids. You're a grandchild. You're a grandchild. And a Hector.
grandchild.
A Hector grandchild.
I'm sorry.
You have to stand up.
Grandchild.
Yeah, she's already doing that.
All right, thank you.
All right, out of the way, out of the way, out
I
of
want
the
a
way.
serious one,
Move,
okay?
move.
All right,
Don't you know I'm watching Peace Dragon?
Come here, Dan.
I don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
What the heck?
Oh, we get to sign out?
Can someone take a picture of this anomaly? We never see this working.
Miller. Come on, man.
There we go.
Yeah, just.
Come on,
Hey, ready?
Hands behind your back.
Hey, this way. Hey,
Tyler,
everybody needs to scoot back.
We're standing.
You gotta eat
Scoot
the
back, everyone. Scoot back. Everyone scoot back.
Scooch back.
Brian, fix your
Come
shirt.
on in here. Scoot in.
No, we're not ready.
That's all right. We can delete the ones that don't like.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Uno, dos, tres.
What's that mean? Una más. Una más.
Un, deux,
Un
trois.
momento, por favor. Por favor.
Where'd I look?
Cerveza.
S'il vous plaît.
Okay, then. Oh, sorry, come on, Lee.
Hey, if you keep your mouth
All
open, you won't
right.
get.
Señorita.
Ain't gonna happen.
Por favor.
Alright, you gotta be quick. If you get one with the mouth closed, don't get the lottery.
No, one more time, boys, one more time. I was talking.
I'll steal this place.
I gotta have.
Peeked into the future.
Okay, now here we go, boys.
Nobody ears.
1, 2,
Taylor, I mean,
Run, scatter, go,
Chelsea, whatever you like. Okay, that
I'm gonna
should,
show that on your wedding day.
that should be like plenty of
Okay, now
pictures.
share with you. Okay,
Grandma's chair.
Stop. Stay right here. Say cheese. Cheese.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, now you get that. Ready? Cheese.
Photo ball.
That's a photo bomb.
Photo bomb.
It's gonna be a real photo bomb. I throw at the last second.
Go. Hey. Photo bomb.
entertainment for hours.
You broke.
Are we doing that now?
Oh, let's do that first.
No, we always do it. Y'all just don't know what we do.
Well, actually, we were talking about maybe you joke one on Christmas Eve.
No.
Yeah, all of us let's do it. Daddy's laughing.
And don't punch Joe in the face. Don't punch Tom in the face either.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, everybody count off. Ready? 1, 2.
Mom, we're not
Three.
washing hairs.
That's what we do.
Go!
Yeah, we're not washing hairs, Mom.
No.
We're not?
Yes, there's short counting something.
I didn't say you can wear my glove, only girls can.
Tyler is.
Well, I
Hey,
don't have
me and Amber will share ours.
We got enough.
Mama, we'll share. Can I wear
No, we got enough. Okay, every year, we go right to the fun, and I want to do just a real quick little thing
Right to the phone.
about
Does that mean you pass
the
it
real
around?
meaning of Christmas.
So we're having a Bible study?
Because this is Jesus' birthday. Okay, while we light the Christ candle, now more than ever, it seems our world finds itself engulfed in darkness. Tragedies abound, unspeakable evils confront us on the news and neighborhoods, and the innocent perish while the righteous are persecuted. Is there hope for our world, our country, our families? And Isaiah 9:2 says, the people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. And that's what happened. Jesus came. And I grew up as a Christmas person. Loved Christmas. The most joyful part of my family's celebration happened on Christmas night. My siblings and I took turns studying the beautifully wrapped packages, and they'd all done the same, wondering which one was ours. The house was filled with the delicious aroma of Mom's special Christmas dinner: turkey, dressing, cranberries, green beans, and thanks to Tina, mashed potatoes. We set out cookies for Santa Claus, and then because I was the youngest, I was given the special job of placing the baby Jesus in the manger scene by our Christmas tree. Later, as we opened our presents, we shared the pure joy of being together as a family, laughing and oohing and ahhing over the best gifts. I always seemed to get exactly what I hoped for, at least that's how I remember it. We'd stay up later than usual, but not too late because we had to be in church the next day. What'd you do?
He's cheering you on.
With your memories of the night swirling in my head, I'd fall asleep knowing that Christmas was the happiest time of the year. And I know some of you heard it before, but one of the most joyful things that I remember, and of course, McKenna, you might not know, and I think Amber's heard it before, I was the youngest of 14 children. Now, only 11. Hey.
Oh,
Makes your family look small.
Daddy said it might not have been a record, but it was a darn good average. But anyway,
There wasn't a lot to do back in those
I'm
days.
burning up.
No TV.
They didn't have TV. But
They had to do
anyway,
something for fun.
one of my fondest memories of Christmas, they didn't have, of course, you can imagine how many presents there were involved. And we didn't have enough closet space to hide stuff or whatever. So, Mama ordered some stuff, I'm sure from Sears or somewhere, and put it on our screened-in front porch in a box. And the front door was right by it. But she told us if we dared touch it, Santa would just take it back and he wouldn't let us have it. So when I was about 6 or 7, so when I'd go out that front door, I didn't even want to stumble and fall against it. So I would do like this until I got past it, and then I'd run on out and play. So that was my fun story. Ty, what's yours? Come on, Ty.
My fun story is, she said that they would always look at the presents and wonder what was in them. We never really had to wonder what was in them because she would hide them in the trunk of her car and then forget that they were in the trunk of her car, and we'd go to the grocery store and she'd open the trunk of the car to put the groceries in.
And almost
And all the presents were right there in the back of the car, and me and Scott are standing there going,
All right, Scott?
Yeah, that's it.
You're cheating. Come on.
I'm not prepared for a speech, actually.
Speech.
Come on, it's on his clothes on, be cheering.
don't tell her we used to sneak around the house and look in the closets. and
I never did that. I always tried to encourage you not to. I was telling Renee earlier, I remember coming back from Taylor, was it Taylor,
yeah.
Arkansas?
Yeah.
I was telling Renee earlier, I guess we'd go up there on Christmas Eve, and I was little, so.
Yeah.
But I remember coming back and always y'all looking and going, is that an airplane or is that Santa Claus? Oh, we gotta hurry and get home, and get the kids to bed and all that.
Yeah.
So I remember, that's what I remember.
All right, Leah, your turn.
I remember you asking us if Scott still believed in Santa Claus, and Ty and I going, I think so. We haven't said anything. And so Scott would be like, I'm 13 years old, say she's gotta know. We're like, no, you just gotta keep. So anyway, I remember Scott going, she's gotta know I don't believe, and Ty and I were like, no, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Hector, what was different in Mexico?
What is different in Mexico
I mean,
is,
what was different as a kid for y'all?
well, we opened the Christmas on the 24th,
The
pretty
24th,
much.
Christmas Eve.
Mhm, Christmas Eve.
Still Santa Claus?
Yeah, Santa Claus, the same thing.
What do you call it?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus?
Santa Claus, yeah.
I didn't know if there
How
was
do you
Wait.
say that in
Spanish.
Spanish?
Santa Claus.
The name in Spanish is still the same.
No, we used to write the letter to Santa Claus with
Yeah.
whatever presents we wanted, and so next day, for like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, wake up and open the presents and
Open press.
play until the morning. Yep.
We would, in Spring Hill, we had an old couch that Mom had a towel, not a towel,
It was
but
a
Sheet.
cover.
cover.
Yeah.
And we would smooth it like really, really smooth so that we could see if Santa had sat down. And we put out cookies and milk as well. And then I guess, I'm not sure who, but someone would sit
It was
on-
real wide, wasn't it?
It was real wide, so I don't know who it was, but someone would sit there and wrinkle it and then eat a couple of the cookies and drink about half the milk.
Make sure to leave the crumbs. And,
Yeah.
Well, and we also had a cardboard fireplace.
I don't remember that cardboard fireplace.
And that's where we hung, it was a little fake
And
fireplace.
I had pictures.
And that's where we hung the
That's part of our decoration.
Didn't we go so far one year that we had like stuff with the reindeer and stuff for?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we put it outside in the driveway.
We had-
It was oats with,
I brought it home from
Reindeer
school.
food.
but they don't know that.
Didn't
Ours
I
had
bring it home from
marshmallows
school?
in it too.
Huh?
I think I brought it home from school.
Our reindeer food also had little marshmallows.
If I remember
Reindeer
correctly,
food.
also there was like plastic key.
Bob
with
and
all the
Sheila
creams.
made.
Yeah, we had the
I
ratchet
had
key
the ring
that we would hang on the doors so Santa could get in.
to the acres.
I think we might have had a key one year. I brought all the stuff home for Christmas.
Okay, anybody else wanna share? You're,
Not prepared for a speech.
Your brother, you gotta tell your brother
I
and
never
in the
really
laundry
done
basket, because that's not fair.
You know, it's
The what, ma'am?
Whenever we were little, we got a laundry basket
Okay.
and we filled it up with our toys, and then he pushed me, he was Santa, or I don't know, I guess I was Mrs. Claus, and he pushed me around and I delivered toys to each bedroom.
Oh, okay, that is neat. How about you, McKenna?
We didn't do anything like that.
You did?
They would get glitter and spread all over the house.
Okay,
One thing is,
what do you?
for these little kids that still, we had to stay up late and help Santa Claus put some stuff together. So it might be 1 or 2 o'clock, and sometimes everything wasn't there.
Didn't have all.
my bicycle.
But they couldn't go to the tree before we got up. So at daylight, or before daylight, they were up, sitting at the door, bumping it with their elbows and,
Looking underneath the door to see if y'all were.
Wait, Mom and Dad.
"Don't wake Mom and Dad." So we'd finally have to get up.
That's me.
We had an intercom system, y'all probably.
I get up at like
started.
5 and they're all passed out. I'm like, wake up, Santa came. And they're like, we just want to sleep, Logan. I'm like, I want to go see what we got.
That was exactly my morning.
Of course, sometimes
They woke me up at 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, let me sleep.
Sometimes our neighbors would come over and play with it,
I
and we're
know.
scared it's gonna wake y'all up.
It did. Deborah and Sherry
Yeah.
giggling with Scott's little wind-up cars that went and then went down like this. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Like a roller coaster effect.
And I was like, I can't
was just
believe
trying
they're
to
letting
be
Deborah and Sherry play with our toys. And then somehow I had a watch or a clock at that time. I was like, wait a minute. I don't think they're just playing with our toys before we got them. I think they might be Santa Claus.
Okay, Favor said she had something she wanted to say.
I remember when we were all little, and every Christmas Eve we'd all sleep in the same room. And then when we'd go to Mom and Dad's room, we'd take a blanket and put it over our heads so we couldn't see the presents.
My brother would always, I tell him all the time, wake me up before you go see if Santa came, wake me up before, and every time that little turd, he would go and see the toys, mess around with everything, and then come wake me up.
That was me, I
every
always went to
time.
Andrew's room, I'm like, hey, you got a new Xbox, he's like,
Oh, yeah.
why did you tell me? I'm
Yeah.
like, I'd always tell him his presents before he saw it.
That's awful.
You
That's terrible.
Yeah,
we were
always together.
We slept on the pallets on the floor together.
Like one person got
And then we huddled together and like so we didn't see the Christmas presents.
Yeah, no, we had like a
Well,
room
that's
or we had someone block our face.
When we didn't have the hat on, we
Yeah, that
just
was
walked
before
down
the
the
hat
hall.
on.
Yeah, and then Chelsea
Yeah.
would lead the way and say, don't turn around, and then I'd always turn around.
You would, you'd sneak them too.
But I wouldn't see anything because
It's
it was
too dark, yeah.
Well, and everything
See,
was
and
over
it's
on
up
the
right
other
with
side.
the, and we'd always leave the Christmas tree lights on. And so when you go in there, everything's dark, because it was always dark when we
Santa
went in
Claus
there.
had to be able to see to get around.
Yeah.
And it took a while to focus on what it all was, you know, everything that you got, that was really.
Wanted to be dark so he couldn't see the M&M people.
That's right.
Okay, anybody
Yeah,
else? Anybody else?
I got one.
Okay, Brian.
I remember this from years ago. I just remember this. You had gotten Santa Claus to call our house to talk to me.
No, you.
You did that, and you said
Yeah.
something about it. I was like confused, but you kept me going to believe he was real.
I did. We had Santa Claus call one year, and also you called to see where Santa. You called the NORAD number to find out where Santa Claus was, and I have it on video of him talking to him, and then afterwards explaining to me exactly where he was. And it took him, because we all know Brian, about 10 minutes to explain the 5-minute conversation that he had on the phone.
Very literal.
He was probably about 4 or 5 years old. He was young, and yeah.
I was still.
It was very matter of fact. Well, what they said was
Apparently, they did
he
this.
is exactly over here, but they said probably in about this long he should be here. But they're really not sure because the weather, well, they
I went
said
into too much detail on that one.
way detailed.
I went into too much detail for my own age.
Very, 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 kids all the
At that year of an age, you knew I would be way too much
If
in
you want
discussions.
if you want to go see a movie and Brian has seen it, do not talk to him about it. 'Cause he'll tell you.
I will tell you exact detail of what happened.
Say what
I
color
was
clothes
gonna
they
say,
wear.
of the movie.
Okay,
Okay,
anybody
anybody
Sorry, the
else?
color scheme. Go ahead.
In Avatar, they are blue and they have tails.
How about Sarah?
Well, we know
Here we
that.
go.
Got something to say?
I like
That's ready.
Left, right, left.
Movie time.
Alright, let me ask y'all, did we do this last year? Did I tell y'all these little riddles?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, because
I remember that. Yeah, right there.
What do Santa's elves learn in school?
Yes.
We did
So
that.
little Joe
We did
did that.
What's the answer?
You did, but I forgot the
Come on,
answer.
Amber, what's
They're
that answer?
toys.
The alphabet.
The alphabet.
I remember that one.
Why does Santa have 3 gardens?
So we can ho ho ho.
That's right, you've heard that more than once. What kind of motorcycle does Santa Claus ride?
A Harley.
Sleigh mobile.
A horse.
A Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson.
Where does Santa stay when he's on holiday?
H-O-L-L-Y.
Where does
Hollywood.
Santa?
South Pole.
Holiday Inn.
That's what a bunch of people say,
Holly
it's the
Beach.
Hope Hotel.
That's
I like Holiday Inn.
All right, what do you get if Santa comes down the chimney while the fire is still burning?
You're and here's watching screaming out the chimney.
Roasted.
Bubba was a wizard on his head.
That's what Francine Gaspard said.
No, Ned? Okay.
Okay, you get crisp Pringle.
Chris.
Crisp.
That is,
All
You're
right.
killing me. That was a good
Here's
joke.
2 more. What is the
Said it, Bubba
favorite,
was
this
a
is so funny. What is the favorite Christmas carol of new parents? Think about it.
Joy.
Silent Night.
Silent Night. And who was it that said,
Doesn't
what
have to be
child
new
is
What
this?
child is this?
It was over at Santa, over at Clarence's last night. Sarah went,
Yeah.
what child is this?
If there's 8 people in your household, it doesn't have to be new parents.
Yeah.
What child
Okay,
is this?
one more. How do we
It's,
know,
Either one.
how do we know that Santa is definitely a man? Because no woman would wear the same outfit year after year.
After year.
What if he changes up
That is true.
one piece of cotton out of place?
All right,
Every year.
get the gifts.
Have you considered
Miss Tina or Tyrone?
they're right there behind
We
me.
need to
Right
get
back.
the gifts out so we can do the left and right.
Oh, we're doing the left and right.
Are you gonna do that?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
get that over with. And Pat, I think that was from right over there.
Okay, just grab one.
Reach in and grab it.
I want the
Why did I
makeup this
get to
year.
grab first?
Oh, Dad wants the makeup this year. I gotta make him a
Going
girl.
time-wise.
I'll take some.
I have some good previous.
You're not gonna use whatever you're grabbing, so just.
You don't know.
Oh, you got this game where we just switch it. I was there.
I don't like it.
Hey, go.
Amber, why did you drop your stuff?
I hope it's not breaking.
It's a powdery.
What's not running out of it?
I got something.
Hey, this is the left, right, left, right, left.
I think I know what it is.
I want the bag back.
Oh, there's 3 over there in that little truck.
Yeah, we need 3 more, so we'll have to.
Alright.
We're not taking it. Got that right here.
How do you feel with it?
This thing is a powdery substance.
I'll explain this.
Left, left. Okay.
Sometimes Scott has it in the wrong way.
Okay, is that everybody?
You just have to keep up.
Okay, everybody goes, right?
Let's reverse everything this year.
Okay, Taylor, scoot
She
this
says
chair.
right, left. She says left.
Okay, we're gonna.
Okay,
Gavin.
Okay, everybody know the rules?
She says left back to the right, she says right back to the left. We got this.
Something like
No,
that.
I'm
what?
gonna read the
Something like
story.
There's no rules.
And
Okay,
every time I
there's
say
no rules.
right,
Put your shirt back on.
Hush.
Sorry.
and when I say left, okay, here we go. And I'm just gonna tell you the name of it, you don't pass yet, the Wright family.
Not supposed to throw it, Tina.
Okay. Many years ago on High Mountain, there lived a family named Wright. They had many cousins whose names were also Wright. Every Christmas, the clan gathered to have a party and no one was left out. Sally Wright was in charge of the guest list and she left nothing to chance. This party was planned and things had to be just right. Mary Wright had left home. But she left her gift list at home. Now this created a problem right from the start. John Wright had gone to cut a tree for the big affair. It had to be the right side to stand on the left side of the fire.
Chef stuff.
The decorations were ready and waiting. Mother Wright was in charge of the kitchen and everyone had to bring the right food to fit the menu and no one left home without their share. There were children by the score who played right in the middle of the floor and they left toys everywhere. Now, it really wouldn't be festive if they had no Santa Claus. So Charles Wright had his wife Amy Wright make him a Santa suit. She put 2 pockets on the right side and 1 on the left. But Jake Wright felt left out because he said he had a right to be Santa. Because he had been left out before. Mother Wright had to settle an argument right there and there before she left for the kitchen. Charles and Jake both got mad and left in a huff. But just then Uncle Ben Wright walked right through the door and said he had a suit left over from last year that would be all right. So that was settled and left everyone feeling just fine except Charles and Jake. But they soon realized the Christmas spirit should prevail, so they marched right back into the house. Now Tommy Wright, on the right side of the mountain, left his snowshoes at home. Left his snowshoes.
Wait, I still got it.
No, I don't have.
We got traffic jam on that.
They're still young over there.
Left his snowshoes.
Okay, don't move it, left his snowshoes at
Say
home.
that again?
So he was late reaching the party at the right time. But he was still able to help wrap gifts which were placed on the right side of the fireplace and on the left side of the tree. He also hung holly on the right side, and every Wright in the family was right on time, dressed in their Sunday best. No stone was left unturned to make this a happy time. The turkey was baked just right and left everyone gasping with delight.
Wait.
We got it. Okay.
The dressing and trimmings were also just right because Mother Wright saw it. There was a pile of toys right near the door because Mother Wright said there was no room left under the tree. They gathered round the table. Each woman had a man on her right and also on her left. They laughed right loudly as they ate their dinner. And as they left the table, everyone cried, "I ate too much." Then came Santa right on time to deliver the gifts to each Wright. He left each one laughing, even Grandpa Wright, who usually left early and said goodnight. The children left the room right after opening the lamp. Their hearts were full of Christmas joy. Mother Wright knew the party was a success and left for the kitchen right after the last carol was sung. Every Wright on the mountain left the party so happy today. Once more they had celebrated Christmas with the right kind of love in their heart and left each Wright family shaking warm hands on their right and left. Saying Merry Christmas to each and every one. All right.
No, that's what I started with.
That's just all my bad stuff.
teacher, huh? The teacher, she's gonna show you.
The very first one.
Wait, let me see.
The very first one. She goes,
I got a Yoda.
I'll trade you.
I got a Yoda over there.
I'll trade it.
I got a Yoda.
You think that's good?
I got our
Is that cotton candy, Tom?
Oh, it's not lipstick.
Oh, it's not. You thought it was. I thought it was.
I thought it was lipstick.
It looked
I
like
knew it would, okay.
Okay, Tyler, what'd you?
Tell you what though, no forklift's gonna steal that.
No, it's just here.
She got Darth Vader?
Honey, what'd you get?
I didn't get it.
Someone got her to YouTube.
It absorbs like a sponge.
Is there candy in it? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you're allowed to trade if somebody got something.
If you find somebody to trade with you, you're allowed to trade.
I tried to trade with
Hey,
her.
she'll
She doesn't
feed
want my
us.
odor
Chocolate
on there.
good.
What?
I'm gonna turn this off. Do we need to watch this one?
There, you don't have a car.
Would you
I